Meet freshman Kobi Allston, a dominating outside hitter on the varsity volleyball team at St. Joseph, Notre Dame. Kobi, like any other teenager, loves hanging out with her friends and playing volleyball. But it was back in 2009 when Kobi started to experience unusual symptoms leading to a misdiagnosis.
She was just really irritable real easily, and then she would get home from school at that time when she was in 5th grade, and all of a sudden she's just zonked out. So I took her in, and immediately they prescribed her with Graves' disease, which is a hyperthyroid. And we thought, okay, for the first month, she still was actually a little bit strange, and I was like, well, maybe the medicine hasn't kicked in. And then I called the doctor back
and said her blood pressure is high, and they misinterpreted it for blood sugar, and so they tested my blood sugar and it was high, and they said take me to the doctors, to emergency immediately.
This was only the beginning for Kobi and her family. The doctors instantly informed Kobi she was lucky to still be alive and conscious.
When they hospitalized me, they told me my blood sugar was 500, and at 500 you're supposed to be in a coma.
When they told me that, my heart just dropped, because I was like, you know, how are other parents knowing that this is happening to them?
Kobi's day-to-day life drastically changed after being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. This meant Kobi's pancreas, the organ that secretes insulin, was being destroyed by antibodies. Therefore, monitoring her food intake, blood sugar, and insulin levels were vital to Kobi's health. As she grew older and became more responsible, the doctors trusted Kobi with different forms of testing and taking insulin.
When I was in 5th grade, I had to use a syringe, so the needle was like that big, and they were like, oh, your mom could just like stick it in you and it'll be fine. So I went from using a vial to having a pen that it was preset with insulin in it, and then I got a pump. And they've always had a pump out. It's just you have to be responsible enough to care for yourself and have a pump.
Kobi doesn't let diabetes stop her from doing anything, and if it weren't for finding the sport of volleyball, she wouldn't be who she is today.
Finding volleyball was one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It's like it gives you this new motivation and this like new drive to try to do things.
Making varsity as a freshman, that's a big thing. Kobi's an awesome outsider. She's very strong, she's very powerful, she can pass really well. She's an amazing setter, and she's just an all-around great player.
Besides being an amazing volleyball player, Kobi is also a strong advocate for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. Last year, Kobi became an ambassador for the JDRF, and next month will speak at an event being held in Oakland. She believes sharing her stories gives others hope.
One day I hope to go to London to be a part of Team USA and also study medicine. Thank you.
You have all these people who are supporting someone who has type 1 diabetes, and you just you show them that there is living proof that you can overcome what you've been diagnosed with.
You know, her being a spokesperson for the JDRF, that doesn't really surprise me at all, because she always wants to give and help others.
Kobi is not only an outstanding volleyball player, but an even better example of what doesn't kill you always makes you stronger.